Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today in my abode in Buffalo. Yeah. This is going to be the final semester of my college career, and after this, I will venture off to the real world. I will transform from a babe into a man, shack up, and venture off into the hell that is America. And the world is a scary, scary place, yes. But I'm here today to do the episode review of Nanatsu no Taizai episode 15. Now, very simple. The episode does... Actually, no. Far from. I'm sorry. I take that back completely. It's not simple. Because there were a lot of things happening. There were hints that are substantial for the story. Then, Meliodas... I'm like... something happened in the episode that was funky, in my personal opinion, which I'll get to real soon. And then, Bane still have... Or Ban... I don't know why I say Bane. Ban is still having the issues with the demons, clearly. Like, every time something demon-related comes up, he becomes very agitated, obviously, and he kind of throws away, I wouldn't say reason, but any sort of compassion. Now, that being said, the animation is pretty damn good, as usual. The pacing is on the faster side, but it's not bad, because they do cover a lot of things, and they do so well, and it does help the story out a lot. Character-wise, we're getting the same stuff from Gother, still trying to get any side, because he has really no emotions, as far as I can tell. The fact that he cut off this thing's head, he didn't even know what the fuck it was. He cut off anyway, like fuck it. But then he didn't know that the creature in his armor would have survived his head being cut off anyway. So, in that sense, okay, fine, some leeway. But he's still having issues when it comes to emotions and friendship. So, you know, Nakama killed the Aisaki Cup, so he's having issues there, obviously. There's no one to Saki up with in his mind. Then, there is the character, because we knew who she was. Like, we knew that she existed, so it's not an introduction, but we now know who she is in full. Or at least mostly. Well, we know more about her. Fuck it. It's Liz. Apparently, when Meliodas used to... Because I think they're a different kingdom than when he is... Okay. The kingdom of Danfor or Dawnfor. I'm not too sure if that's like a part of the same kingdom of the Holy Knights, or if they're like an entire different kingdom. I'm not too sure. But the thing here is that these guys he used to work for. And Liz was an enemy. She was captured, and then she was brought into the fold by Meliodas, became his first lover, and then winds up dying later on due to some reason. So, fascinating. And how it gets even more fascinating because she resembles Elizabeth very strongly. The only difference is personality and red hair, really. Body structure is pretty much the same, as well as the whole hair over the eye thing. And, okay, fine, Liz has red hair, and Elizabeth has silver hair, but still. The similarities are uncanny. Which actually is probably the reason why Meliodas has such a strong thing for Elizabeth, because he has no real interest in Diane, obviously. But Elizabeth, he's all for it. He's down for the cause. So, probably because she resembles Liz. Now, getting on to the other things in the episode that are important, of note. Because characters, that's pretty much it. First of all, you have these guys. I forgot what their names were. Let's call them the Night Assassins. What's fascinating here is that the leader, he, I think, has certain convictions and certain ideals that may lead him to betray the Holy Knights. Now, I'm throwing it out there because when he was examining the creature that they had just taken out, or I'm sorry, the head that was given to him by Gother, he was wondering, why was Hellbram so adamant about getting this creature's head? Which then goes back to Hellbram, because Hellbram knew that inside the armor wasn't Gother, but the creature that was once a former holy knight, even though no one else knew, it's strange. It's very strange. I mean, he even made Gila dispose of the head when he finally got it. But that one is very shaky. I'm not too sure why he knows, or at least it's hinted that he knew. It may have just been a complete whim. It may have been by chance. And maybe the guy, the leader of the Night Assassins, maybe he's thinking too deep into it, but I doubt it. But also, the reason why I say that he has his own convictions and ideals, because he actually commended Gother for doing what he did. And he had that level of respect. And I can see that he does have some convictions, and I got a feeling that, and his warriors are loyal to him and him alone. So I got a feeling that he, in the future, may have his own, like he may defect from the Holy Knights. That's what I'm thinking. But again, then that's my own theory. Now we go over to what occurred after they left, which was odd. Because Meliodas, okay, so they're attacking the mutant, the demon, and they're having a difficult time because they don't have weapons, obviously. I mean, even King, which is Chassis, I mean, King at this point in time is becoming a complete gag character, where he has Chassis Fold and he's pretty beastly when he has it, but too many times he gets fodderized. Like, oh, Demon, Ice Breath, Chassis Fold, shattered into pieces, done. Yeah, see, it's not to my liking at this point in time. It really isn't. However, what kind of made me, it wasn't that made me like I didn't find that odd, because at this point in time it's been like established a while ago that King is a very comedic centered character. It is what Meliodas didn't do, which was kill this guy, Dale. Now Dale, or Demon Dale, whatever, fuck it. Dale, again, a former Holy Knight, and he was trying to talk. And Meliodas kept on stopping Bond. And he said to Bond, like, he's trying to say something. It's like, it doesn't matter. He's a fucking demon. Like, let's just damn go. Now, granted, Bond, he, again, when it comes to demons, he gets very agitated. And that's obvious. For obvious reasons. But, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's something funny in Meliodas. Like, I can understand why he, and then, you know what it is? It becomes even more so apparent when he gets the sword from Elizabeth that was given to her by Cain, which was supposed to be given to Meliodas years ago by Liz. And he has no hesitation in cutting him down. At that point in time, after he gets the sword and the speech from Elizabeth. So I'm sitting here like, so were you trying to stop Bond because he was trying to talk? But then Bond already knew that, but again, he didn't care. Or were you sympathizing with Dale's situation? And I say that because of the fact that Meliodas is part demon. So I'm not saying that he's going to, because he doesn't know about the other Holy Knights consuming demon blood. But, or now they do. But the fact of the matter here is that it seemed as if like he had some degree of sympathy for Dale's situation. Not in the sense of, and okay, well, when I say sympathy, because it's not abnormal to have sympathy. All right, people have sympathy all the time. But what is abnormal is this current action of Meliodas doesn't really fit his trend at all. Normally he's coming in there, beat down sessions. I'm gonna kill you, take you out, and the story. You're my way. But now it's kind of like, I'm gonna try and stop the dude. I mean, I'm even going to risk my friends getting killed because Dale's a guy I once knew and he's a good guy, but he's clearly a fucking demon. Even King didn't hesitate to use his chassis hold against him. Now granted, when Dale transformed and people pulled the Frieza, he couldn't pierce his hide with the chassis fold. So again, I'm trying to figure out if he had some sympathy because he's a part demon. I mean, in this episode, he uses the thing called Enchanted Hellfire on some Amaterasu. No, fuck that. On some Hiei shit. This dude was Hiei. I'm looking at this shit like, where the fuck did the dragon come from? Like, lo and behold, you're gonna see Meliodas with a freaking third eye and shit at some point. Like, goddamn. Huh. This looks a little bit familiar. And I'm wondering if someone... Oh, no, he can't... At this point in time, he can't file any copyright shit. His back is hurting too much. God damn it. Togashi, fuck. But listen. Alright, enough of the fucking... The wondrous Togashi. So, let me just leave it at that. That was weird. It was funky. On Bane's parts to be expected, because he's had a trend of that, obviously, as of late. But Meliodas, that kind of threw me off a little bit. Now... And you see Gother use like a weird arrow thing. I forgot what it's called, but he pierces Dale's main body. He can see his memories from long ago, and he's Gila's father and Zeal's father, and they're the reason why they're in the situation right now, because Daddy left, became a fucking demon. Now, this clearly hints at three main things, and we're not too sure which one it is, or at least I'm not too sure. But because we're going to assume that Hendrickson is the reason why he's a demon. He drank demon blood. He converted to a demon. It's either three things. Number one, it is an emotional thing, where emotions run rampant, and if you're not if you're not emotionally stable, you may turn to a demon. And he did leave his family, and that's very hard to do when you leave your family for forever, pretty much. So. Especially knowing that it's like your two kids and there's no mom. So, obviously, there's an issue there with the emotions. So, he may have transformed into a demon because of his emotions. Number two is a combination of... Actually, no. Well, number two is going to be time. If someone consumes demon blood, over the course of simple time, they themselves become a demon. Or number three, it's a combination of time and compatibility. Because remember how they have the whole test where you had Jericho, she succeeded, but I forgot his name, but he always said like confirmed. That guy, Twigo, fucking Twigo. That dude was funny, but Twigo, he was not compatible at all, and he blew up. So it's possible that someone may not be as compatible with the demon blood as someone else. And because of time, that degrades that compatibility, and then they become a demon themselves. And that's probably the reason why Hellbrand wanted to shut the creature in the armor down. But then again, it begs the question, how the fuck did Hellbrand know that there was a creature inside the armor, not Gother himself, unless it was all by coincidence? And also I want to point out, that Jericho was able to follow these Night Assassin dudes, who, again, seemingly fairly skilled. But these guys had no fucking idea that Jericho was behind it. I'm like, how the fuck do you not know she's there? Huh. So that kind of threw me off too. And to wrap it all up, when they do beat Dale, and Bond had, he ripped out his heart, and then there was some kind of like weird... no. There was no falling out, but there was clear tension between the two, Meliodas and Bond. And the fact of the matter is that he still was alive, transformed, and so on and so forth. And they finally beat him because he got the sword. I'm not too sure if that sword is Meliodas' original sacred weapon. Let me say it one more time because that sounded a little sloppy. I'm not too sure that sword was the original sacred treasure, sacred weapon of Meliodas. However, because I don't think it is. However, he is substantially more powerful. Where before anyone with his fist couldn't really couldn't damage dude at all, pretty much. With a random sword, could use some sword skills, he ate shit, but again, not that much damage overall. But with that sword, cuts him into pieces, and he done. Over. End of story. Now, I do want to point out one thing that's kind of important. Because it doesn't involve the Liz thing, and I mean, Elizabeth should have stayed in the fucking damn house, but she didn't, and she ran off and whatever. And I want to say that because it's hinted that Meliodas is, well, no, it's not hinted, it's stated that Meliodas is the lover of Elizabeth. I don't know if they had kids or not, but it's very possible that Elizabeth is, like, you know, related to Liz, because the similarities are uncanny. They really, really are. Which would mean that Meliodas is, like, sexually attracted to, like, his great-great-great-great-granddaughter. It's like, oh, like, that's, like, you can't get any more country than that. You really can't. So, I'm just saying. It's funky. It's very funky. But at the same time, there's also some... Oh, no. Let me leave it at that. No, let me stop there. But that's it, really. That's it. I'm done. So, the episode overall, I'm going to be rating... backpedal. The episode overall, I'm gonna give it a rating of, let's say, a good plus. Good to good plus. And I will see you guys later. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice one.